And we're not gonna start lecture until 11 Eastern time. Yeah, babe, it's fine. I will let them know that.
Oh, your sound is good. Just talk.
Oh, really? Good. I'm glad. So start early is better.
We'll trim it when we're not. But no one's watching right now, but they will be watching.
Good. So if I look right here, am I look straight to the camera?
Yeah, you look right at the camera. That looks great.
Okay. So this is where I'm gonna aim for. Hey, no say bad food.
We got one watching. Say hi.
Hello. Thanks for stop by. We're gonna start at 11 a.m. Eastern time or learn how to sew a pencil skirt.
That's not too bad. I'll keep talking about it.
Hello. What is it already live?
Yeah, you got a viewer.
Hey, good. Good morning, everybody. Today we're gonna start a sewing lesson on how to make a pencil skirt out of a stretchy fabric. As you can see, the skirt right there, this is the fabric. So we're gonna make a pencil skirt out of, this fabric is about like 30% stretch. So it's something different about stretchy fabric compared to woven fabric if we want to make any clothing. And in this case, we make skirt. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make a pencil skirt. Is it time yet?
No, 5 minutes.
Oh, so we're gonna wait another 5 minutes before I'm gonna start to demonstrate the 4th step of making a pencil skirt.
What are the 4 steps?
The 4th step, measuring, drafting the pattern, cutting the fabric, and sew the skirt together. So this is a first time doing this. I'm quite excited, but I'm also kind of a little nervous. Hopefully we get a lot of fun out of this and we can learn some tip and trick on how to work with a stretchy fabric. Again, we will start at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So about 9 a.m. actually 9 a.m. at Santa Fe, and right now we are stream from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I wonder where you guys from? How many view we have now? What is his name? Can you
I don't know.
see?
Ask them what their name is and then see if they chat. 'Cause I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you can't
I
find their
don't know
name?
how to see it, yeah.
Supposedly their name should be showing. Supposedly. Or their avatar.
No, I mean, I click on where it says one person watching, I don't see it.
Huh. Hello, Designer Star. I wonder. I'm not too sure actually if. Yeah, let me know is you find out the name where it is, so we can say hello to the name. Two more minutes. Two more minutes to start. Wait, the lighting point at my face, babe.
The light?
No.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. There you go. Sure. That's weird. Oh, let's go back sideways. Whatever I'm showing is opposite.
Okay, if I leave for a little bit, I might, because I want to go watch it live and see what I can't do with the computer.
Okay. Can you do on that PC over there?
No.
Okay, fine.
Probably at Encoder Live.
Let's see how it's come up. One more minute. Wait, what's the red button there?
Well, it's just a chat. It says learn more.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Rose. Yeah, that was only like 2 seconds.
And you can see your face there.
I can see my face.
Look, you see your avatar?
Yeah, that's why I can talk to him. But the other guy that's watching doesn't chat. You have to chat before I can see a name.
Oh.
That's all.
Okay, so you have to chat before. Okay, so if they will come in and chat, then you can see their name.
Yeah.
If not chat, they probably can't. They not gonna show. Yeah. Okay. All right, that's what we do. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
There you go. Good morning, designers. Welcome to live sewing. Today I want to share with you guys on how to sew a pencil skirt, have a back split. As you can see on the illustrate over there on the screen, you see the floral fabric. Let me show you. There it is. Exact fabric, and this fabric is about 30% stretch. And the way we work with a stretchy fabric is different than the woven fabric. So for this demonstration, I'm gonna use stretchy fabric. Again, about 30% stretchy. And we're gonna work and find the tip and trick to actually do this skirt. And hopefully we get a finished result at the end. And with the demonstration of this skirt, I'm gonna show you guys how to make this skirt in the Asian way. So just to let you know, during this process, we are going to use a metric system, and at the same time, it's certain way that we drafting the pattern is a little bit different than Westerner, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So go back to the 4 steps of doing this skirt. First, we're gonna measure my body, and then after we measure, we're gonna draft the pattern, then we cut the fabric and we sew the skirt. During the process of measuring, I'm gonna show you how to calculate those data that we got. Use that data to draft the pattern. So let's do it. Okay. First of all, I want to share with you guys that I have more detail and chart. I provide 2 guideline charts. One is the sample skirt guideline chart, and another is just for you. So if you go to my website www.encodedfashion.com and you scroll down, you see the line sewing along. You click on the article and then you scroll down, you do the right click. So that chart right there, if you do right click, you can download it to your PC and print them out for your own use. It's very essential to do the drafting pattern because this guideline, you can use it for any kind of skirt you would like. As long as you have this basic one, and then you can build your creativity on top that essential guideline that I provide you. So there we go. That's the one chart that's for you. And then we have another one. It's a sample guideline chart. And that sample guideline chart, I'm gonna show you how to use it. I promise you, when we finish this learn how to sew skirt tutorial, you will know how to use this guideline. Very simple. And with this live video, you can go back anytime you would like to rewatch it and learn how to use that guideline. It's really essential. Again, I've been doing the seamstress when I was in Cambodia for 12 years. So I use this guideline over and over to make any kind of skirt, from a pencil skirt to an A-shaped skirt to a mermaid skirt. Any kind of skirt that you would like to make, you can use this guideline to build it up and create a beautiful design. All right, so let's do it. So step number 1, I'm gonna show you how to measure your body. There you go. Okay. So you need a measuring tape. You're gonna measure the skirt length first based on the guideline, and I had measured me before this, but because I want to show you how I do it, so I'm gonna show you how step by step to measure your body to make a pencil skirt. So first of all, you want to put your hand on your waist and press down the measuring tape and let the measuring tape go down, and you hold it all the way there. So we're gonna make a pencil skirt. So normally pencil skirt is the length that appropriate. Again, this is just for my preference. I would make the skirt length a little bit below the knees because that's what this pencil skirt is about, kind of slim down. So below the knees length for my skirt is 56. You could be different, but because I'm kind of a little short, 56 is my length. So now we're gonna measure the length of a hip length. So again, hold down that measuring tape and press down to your waist and let it down to your waist, from waist to your hip. And to figure out where your hip is, so if you look at your body and the curve part, where the biggest part on your thigh, that's how you define the hip length. So again, press down the measuring tape, and at this point my hip length is 20. So there you go, 20 on the hip length. Next, we're gonna measure waist circumference. Again, based on the guide chart, you just follow the guideline, and again, waist length, you see you like kind of fitted. So my waist length is 80. And there you go, 80. And now we're gonna measure the hip circumference. So hip circumference, again, how we define the hip and where is the appropriate place to measure our hip is where the biggest part is your thigh here. And be careful, if you measure on top like a bulky clothing that you wear, you probably get kind of loose fitted. But if you want to get like really accurate, I recommend wear kind of tight clothes to measure it. So at this moment, my hip is 102. Okay. Alright. So now we finished measuring skirts. We're gonna move on to calculate that skirt data, and we're gonna use that data to draft the pattern. Okay, so as you can see on the sample size chart, I already show you. Now, after you measure your body, you come down there below the chart, you see guide to calculation. So number 1, we want to divide waist circumference by 4. Then number 2, we want to divide the hip circumference by 4 as well. And I will show you why we want to divide everything by 4. And then after that, we come down here and we're gonna put that result that after we calculate, put in here. So then you have a clear idea what number you're gonna use to draft your pattern. So let's say, for example, my waist circumference is 80. When I divide that by 4, it's equal 20. Again, we're talking about centimeter here, metric system. So number 2, 102, that's my hip circumference. And I divide that by 4, and that's equal 25.5. So I will move from calculation to draft the pattern. Okay, so we need a paper pattern. Again, you can use a newspaper if you have newspaper and not have a pattern paper. However, I actually have list this pattern paper on my website with the Learn How to Sew a Pencil Skirt article. If you click on the link will take you directly to Amazon Marketplace, and you will get exact pattern paper that you gonna use for the making clothes. I also have many other tools that I also listed on there as well. So go to www.encoderfashion.com to find out more about tool, about tip, and especially the 2 skirt guideline that I listed on there. It's very useful. I can't specify enough. So go there and print it out, download, save, use it, do whatever you would like. It's for you. Okay. So All right. So first of all, we want to make sure the paper are flat. And we want to straighten the edges of the top. So I'm gonna use square ruler for doing this because it gives you the angle. And again, you can use pencil to do this or pen, it's up to you, but I'm gonna use marker because it is easier for you guys to see. Okay. Okay, so we are going to use elastic for the waistband. We're gonna actually add the waistband width into the calculation when we draw the pattern. So these are the waistband that we're going to use for the skirt. Let me show you. So the waistband width is 2.5 centimeter. So we're gonna calculate that in. We're gonna say, okay, 3 centimeter for the waistband because we want to add extra 0.5 centimeter when we search around. When you search the skirt, you want it to have a perfect cut. So 3 centimeter for the waistband. Again, since we do the vents in the back, we need like to leave seam allowance in the back. So the seam allowance at the back is 2.5 centimeter. You connect the dot. Okay, so let me explain to you about why we calculate and the waistband and the hip circumference by 4. Because again, when we work in the 3D world, we can actually fold these like in 1/4. That's why we divide the hip circumference by 4 and divide the waist circumference by 4. So right now, just one piece of paper, and we're gonna dress it as is in 1/4. Okay. So based on the calculation, we got a waist circumference 20 centimeter and hip circumference 25.5. After we divide this hip circumference and waist circumference by 4. So we're gonna use that 1/4 of calculation here to do a pattern. Okay, I just want to let you know we actually leave the length of the skirt the same, except we're gonna add the hem and the waistband when we fold in. So the waistband we already add, and when we do a measuring to do the skirt, we're gonna just measure it from the bottom line. That's where the actual measurement. So in this case, my hip length 56 centimeter. Okay, very easy. I have to show you. Just remember this: when you lay your yardstick down, you can see, okay, my hip length is 20, my skirt length is 56. You just mark it down like that. And the same at this side, 20 for the hip length, 56 for the skirt length, and you again draw a straight line. Very simple. Alright, so now you have the hip length down here, the hip length up here, and the skirt length down here. Now we're gonna use that calculation. So waist circumference 20 centimeter. We're gonna go 20 centimeter. And hip circumference 25.5. So 25 and a half. Okay, so this is the basic trick. When we want to make a pencil skirt is narrow from the hip down to the length of the skirt. So based on my experience making a pencil skirt, believe it or not, the width of the pencil skirt at the bottom, at the hem, is equal to the size of your waistband. So let's say we have 20 for the waistband. Come to the hem, the skirt hem, the width of it, we also choose 20. And now we're gonna draw from the skirt hem to the hip, and from the hip to the waist. Okay, and we're going to throw up about half a centimeter from the bottom hem. It just because it looks better, look more natural. Opposite from the waistband, we want come down to the waistband here for half a centimeter from the side seam. And let me explain why it is important to do that. Because our body, in a way that we have the curve, if we don't throw down here for half a centimeter, the fabric will bunch up, and we don't want that. We want the fabric to stay fitted to your waist and not bunched up. By a little, like, throw down to like half centimeter, that's fix that problem. All right, so this is important part here. This is my favorite French curve ruler. I recommend you guys get one if you draft a lot of clothing pattern. I love it. Let me show you why and how I love it. So a body have curve, especially on the thigh part, you can see, and we use this front curve to help us to do the curve. So we're gonna curve just a little bit. Okay. All right. So now look at the difference here. It's about half centimeter curve out. That's just a perfect amount to do it. This is important part when we work with a stretchy fabric. Okay, especially with this 34 or maybe about 30% stretch more than the woven fabric, this is what we're gonna do. So instead of get the seam allowance, about 2 centimeters seam allowance out, we actually get the 2 centimeter seam allowance in. It's instead of add, we do it negative, because the stretchy fabric, it gives you that you wanted the fitted stretchy fabric to fit it on your body. It gives us the look that we want. We don't want it make a pencil skirt fitted, but it kind of loosely. You see what I mean after we sew together a skirt and I put it on. Because this number, that's when I come up when I did the sample pencil skirt yesterday. So here 2 centimeter in, and we're gonna go 2 centimeter from the side seam, 2 centimeter from the side seam, and again we're gonna draw that line, and that is a seam allowance. We want everything 2 centimeter. Okay. And the bottom hem, I would choose about 2 centimeter as well. Again, because this is a stretchy fabric, a knit fabric, we don't need a lot of seam allowance. We don't need like a big seam allowance because it's not unravel as a woven fabric. Okay, and the width in the back for this skirt length, I decide to choose a 12 centimeter. Okay. Again, at this part right here is very important. When we make a pencil skirt, you want this to sew out just a little bit when you cut the pattern. Now time to cut. And we need 2 scissors for this project. 1 scissor for cut paper and another scissor you can use it to cut fabric with it. Now we're ready to cut.
Get that beautiful t-shirt.
You can get that on Amazon or go to my website encodedfashion.com. You will see the graphic tee that we have links to. That's a good question. So 3 centimeter. Always remember to label your pattern. because again, it is important, especially if you draft pattern all day and you go back and try to see what did you do and what part is it on your pattern. You start to like, you get really tired, and it would save you a lot of time if you start labeling your pattern, and not only save time but also frustrated. So here we finished the back pencil skirt pattern. So we're gonna just, you know, let it be there. You know, that's the bag. Now we're gonna draft the front skirt. Again, the main drafting and a lot of work to do is with the back side of the skirt. And I have to show you, when you do the front side of the skirt, very easy. And all you need to do is put the back side of the skirt. Again, because we do the front of the skirt, no split, no dot. So we're gonna just put it on top, the pattern paper, and we're gonna cut exactly like the back side is good, except we don't need seam allowance for the split because we only have the split in the back of the skirt. Okay, so we're gonna just cut around the skirt, back side skirt. So when you're cutting the paper or pattern paper like this, when you stack one on top of another, try to put weight on like this, what I'm doing. So the paper will stay accurate from the top to the bottom, like I'm doing right now. Because we want to get as accurate as possible. Again, this technique is work for every pattern you draft, and it gives you the accurate look. You don't have to do a lot of alter and stuff after you actually make this skirt. I will show you that. And again, now we finish the back and the front skirt. Make sure to label it. So this is gonna be front. And I recommend to snip on, for example, right, this part here, you would snip it on the seam allowance, snip it a little bit, so when you cut the fabric, you know where the seam allowance lay. Okay. Now let's take a look. So now we have finished a back pencil skirt. Yay! And a front pencil skirt. It's time to cut it. Yay! Alright, here is fabric. So usually you would iron your fabric before you cut, because again, you don't want to wrinkle, it's change the structure of the garment itself. Luckily, we work with a stretchy fabric, and this fabric you don't need to iron. And I hope this fabric become very comfy, and we're gonna use the cross grain. So okay, certain fabric only stretch, let's say cross grain or straight grain, but for this fabric it stretches both cross and straight grain. However, you have to choose how the flower lay, whichever you like. For me, I prefer use a straight grain rather than cross grain for a skirt. And I also use where the selvage is for the back side, because how the skirt lay, it is easier. Okay, so we're gonna pin the skirt together. Actually, the fabric together, sorry. The right side toward the right side and the wrong side opposite each other. So we're gonna pin this fabric. Again, for this demonstration, you can only use knit fabric to do this skirt, because again, woven fabric we would do different. We would give the pencil skirt a dot. We would add seam allowance rather than take away seam allowance. So that's the difference between working with knit fabric and woven fabric. I like working with actually I like wearing knit fabric more than woven fabric, because again, knit fabric very comfy. I love that. But sometimes people would shy away from working with knit fabric because it gets a little more difficult than woven fabrics such as cotton. And here, a knit fabric, you have to sew certain way, cut certain way. If you get used to work with woven fabric, knit fabric is like, it's like the pain, especially when you don't know how much to subtract to get your body fit. And with woven fabric, if you measure your body, you would just add the seam allowance rather than take away the seam allowance. Okay, so now the fabric pinned it. We're gonna put the back side on first. Make sure they're all straight.
There's 2 people watching. I just asked them to say hi to us.
Oh, good. You see their name?
Nope.
Aww.
Ask them to say hi and then I'll type their name.
Hello, everyone. We are doing live stream from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're going to make a pencil skirt in 4 steps. And my name is Rose. If you can type in the chart below, we can also see your name and we can say hi. You have to chart with us before we can see your name appear. Right now we're in the process of cutting the fabric from the pattern that I just drafted earlier. And you can go in later on my channel, Encoded Fashion YouTube account, and you can see how I dressed the skirt pattern earlier. So now I'm in the process of cutting the fabric. And again, as you can see, that skirt there, that's the skirt that I'm gonna demonstrate during this lab. Okay, we just finished cutting the back of the pencil skirt. Again, make sure you snip where the seam allowance supposed to lay. So after we cut the fabric, I'm going to show you how to sew this skirt with elastic waistband. Okay, so now the back skirt's done. We're gonna move on to the front skirt. So I'm gonna just flip this, make it easy for us. Okay, make sure to pin at first so the fabric won't roll around. I love this fabric because it's very colorful and I can't wait to try it on as soon as I'm finished with sewing the skirt. So now I'm working on cut the front skirt. Make sure you put the weight on so the paper stay where it's supposed to be, so you will get accurate result. Okay, now we are cutting the front of the skirt. Again, fold the fabric the right side toward each other and opposite with the wrong side, as you can see here. Again, because we divide a measurement by 4, so we're gonna fold everything in half into 1/4, and then we draft the pattern and we cut the fabrics that way. Make it simpler because again, we easily understand 2D object more so than 3D object while we actually build anything. At least for me. My brain works better that way. Make it simple and just be creative and have fun with it. So now the front is finished. Make sure to label them. And another disadvantage of working with knit fabric is hard for you to actually draw on it. You use this chalk to draw on it. Make sure you label it. So this is front skirt. Yay! Now I'm finished cutting the fabric. It is time to sew them together. Awesome! All right. So this is the front of the skirt. We got the pattern done. We don't need that pattern anymore. And this is the back side of the skirt. We don't need that pattern either. And we're gonna remove the pin. Out of back side of the skirt. So front, back, let me label that back. It's easily to forget to label them because sometimes you're excited to get the job done. All right, so now the skirt finished cutting. It's time to serge them. Okay. I also have a serger review on my website, encodedfashion.com. I recommend you guys go check it out. You can find pro and con and how to use the serger on encodedfashion.com. And again, you have any question? Don't forget to comment. Send me any comment. I promise I will get back to you as soon as possible. I love hearing from you guys. Alright, so now we're gonna continue with a pencil skirt. We're gonna serge the skirt. And again, I use different color because that's the color thread that I have. You can use, you know, exact color however you like, but because that's the color I have and I use it. Because again, its serger is kind of inside of this garment. You don't have to have an exact color, but if you want to like really professional and you really perfection on your garment, I recommend use the same color for the serger. But for this purpose, I'm gonna use all these color. Okay, so now I'm gonna serge around the skirt. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna serge just a straight line for the back of the skirt because that's when we do the split. And I am going to serge the skirt around later, and I will show you why am I doing that. But right now, just serge the straight line of the back of the skirt. Okay, so the back of the skirt serge, finish, nice and straight. We're gonna sew them together after we finish serging on the side. Alright, so I'm gonna show you to serge the skirt together because it's a stretchy fabric. We're gonna want to put the skirt, there you go. As you can see, again, right side toward the right side, and then you're gonna just serge them together. Because it's a stretchy fabric, sergers give it a strong stitch because it's the serger come with, again, as you can see, 4 thread stitch, and it turned into an overlock stitch. It's really good for a stretchy fabric. So here you go, you serge them together. And as you can see how it's give. If you use the regular sewing machine for this, you have to stretch and pull the fabric while you sew, so the seam doesn't break afterward. And with serger, you don't have to do that. Okay, so one side is done. Oh, that's so pretty. Now we're gonna search another size of the skirt. I can't wait to try this on. We continue search around on the seam along of the skirt. So another thing I want you to know is that usually I would iron my garment while I'm sewing it, but because I don't want you guys to spend an hour to watch while I'm doing this, so I'm gonna just search it later after I finish. Look at that, quite pretty already. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna connect in the back side of the skirt with a regular sewer. And when we're sewing, we're gonna want the thread that really close to the color of the fabric. And I'm gonna use red color for this. So I'm gonna change the bobbin, thread the machine, and I'm going to connect the back of the skirt. Okay, this is the back of the skirt. I'm gonna connect them together. And I like to sew the skirt from the waist up. It's up to you guys. If you would like to sew from the hemlines up, it's up to you. It just depends on what you get used to. No right or wrong. Again, when you sew the stretchy fabric, make sure you pull and stretch the fabric while you sew, because again, if you don't stretch the fabric, the thread will break. I promise you that. I actually sew one of my friend's skirt, and this fabric was stretched like about 50% stretch. And here I put a waistband on her skirt, and I did not pull. I pulled, but I didn't pull hard enough. And at the end, after I sew and I start to put the skirt on, all the thread broke. And I thought that was awful, because now I have to go back and redo it. So as you can see how much I stretch, super stretch. You pull it hard to get the stretch so the thread won't break afterward. Right here, I pull really hard on this. And always do back tags, especially like in the winds like that, because you want their part super strong. You don't want to rip apart. Now look, see how I stretch the skirt like that? And your sewing machine sometimes doesn't like stretchy fabric. At this moment, I have to actually go back and re-sew the top part a little more because it kind of bump over. With serger, have no problem. I serger, and with the newer version serger now, you can actually have a set for like thin fabric, thick fabric, and you can sew really fast with serger, especially with stretchy fabric. You don't have to worry about, okay, sometimes my machine act up because I sew a stretchy fabric. With the serger, it does not have that problem anymore. You just serge it and it loves stretchy fabric. In fact, it's more like designed for stretchy fabric. Okay, there you go. So next, we're gonna we're gonna sew the vent first. Then we're gonna serge around the waistband and the skirt hem. Okay. So now we're gonna sew the vents in the back of a skirt. So there you go. Hey son, you just woke up. Goodness.
Are you shooting live?
Yep, we are stream live at this moment. Haha. Alright.
Is it fun for me to warm something up in the microwave?
Probably what? Wait or warm it
Yeah,
up?
wait just a minute.
Wait for a minute, honey. Okay, so now we're gonna use the serger. Almost done, honey.
Well, how long before you're done, though?
Another 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's fine, Marvin.
It's fine, what?
You can do microwave. It's not that noisy.
Really?
Well, I want to hear it anyway. See what it sounds like.
Okay, so now we're gonna serge around the waistband and the skirt hem. See how fast it is when I'm serging? And when I'm sewing, with that regular sewing machine, it's super slow. And plus it has some technical issue because, again, just like I said, some sewing machine really picky. Some doesn't. Okay. Oh, you can't eat. You need to go to the blood draw. Thank goodness. Okay. So now I'm searching around the waistband of the skirt. I'm almost done. Huh? Awesome. Hey guys, welcome to Live Sewing. As you can see, I'm working on a pencil skirt. Look at that, it's almost done. All I need is the waistband, and we're going to use elastic for the waistband. So here we're gonna do elastic. Alright, yeah. This thing get tangled. You can't eat because you're gonna go get blood, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, now we're gonna put the waistband, elastic waistband on the skirt, and at the same time we're gonna hem the bottom of the skirt. Looks really awesome. So we're gonna use elastic. So since we're doing for a sale, this is how I want to show you how to do it. So put the elastic around your waistband. And this elastic, just to let you know, is 2.5 centimeter width. It's perfect for the waistband. And there you go. So wrap around your waist and kind of fit it a little bit stretchy, but in a comfortable stretchy width. And make sure to leave seam alone for the band. And then we're going to cut and leave about 1.5 centimeters seam alone each side. And we're gonna connect the elastic together. This is how you're gonna do. You put them together like that and then you sew it. Just zigzag a few times. We want it to stay stick and strong, because after you put elastic on, you're gonna wear until pretty much the skirt wear out. So you don't want that elastic undone. Okay, now the elastic connected. We're going to change the foot into a invisible zipper foot. Again, because we want to put elastic on the waistband and we want it super close when we sew, and I will show you. Okay. All right. And again, I'm gonna start it from the back of the skirt. Perfect. And we're gonna sew it as close to the elastic as possible, but do not sew on the elastic. Okay. And remember to pull the fabric. while you pull, stretch the fabric, be aware of the elastic, because we don't want elastic to stretch while we're sewing, because then the elastic become really small and we don't want that. And again, just like sew as close as possible to the elastic, but do not sew on the elastic, because it doesn't look pretty and it's not comfortable to wear either, at least for this style. With stretchy fabric, I think for the waistband, I recommend use elastic for stretchy fabric. Even now, people use woven elastic for woven waistband as well, but they just add it rather than use everything elastic. They would use part of elastic for the woven waistband, and some part is just a regular waistband, a fabric waistband. Again, we're almost done. Can't wait to try it on. Making your own clothes could be very fun and relaxing, and at the same time, you feel good about yourself because you created. And with our YouTube live streaming, I'm planning on do 2 live stream on learn how to sew, how to make pattern 2 times a week. If you guys plan on learning how to sew, stop by encodedfashion.com or go to YouTube, search Encoded Fashion. You will see our lecture. Again, as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to use a regular sewing machine for stretchy fabric, you just be aware of that when you sew, you have to stretch it all the time, stretch the fabric, and sometimes you even need to change the needle and stuff so the machine will work properly. But in this case, we don't need it. There you go. So the waistband finished. Now I'm gonna hem the skirt. That's so pretty. Look at the one in the back. Okay.
Got 3 people watching.
Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. If you would like us to actually announce your name, you have to chart in the chart box so we can see your name. Hello. So right now we're in the process of making a pencil skirt. As you can see, the pencil skirt made out of stretchy fabric, and I show you how to make in the Asian ways of making a pencil skirt. So we almost finished the process of making a pencil skirt. If you guys want to see how I do it, you can watch this live video later on, or you can rewind it to watch from beginning that the process of how to make this pencil skirt in 4 steps. And you can also go to my website encodedfashion.com to find out more. All the link is listed below the video under the description. Okay, we're almost completed. So right now I'm hemming the skirt. Again, make sure you stretch the fabric while you sew it, because this fabric is 4-way stretch, and if you not stretch the fabric, the stitches will break afterwards, so you don't want that. Our pencil skirt almost finished. I'm hemming around the skirt hem right now, and I can't wait to try it on. Almost there. They still there?
Yeah, really.
Awesome. Hello, you guys. I'm Rose, and I'm glad you guys joined us for today's live sewing. I hope you guys come back and join us again, because we are going to do 2 times a week of a sewing lecture about how to make pretty much anything. Okay, let's see. You guys can go to my website, leave me a comment, or you can even pick some design and send me email. I will look at your design, and if at possible time range, we can actually create that design. Okay, there we go. So the skirt is complete. Let me try this skirt on. There you go. Let me put this fine. There you go. Oh my goodness. Can't wait. Let me show you. So here is the skirt. That's finished. Fit just perfect. Wow. Let me move the sewing machine. There you go. Let's see. So this is the skirt. Fit just right. Can we get camera any closer? Because it fits so good. See right there? See how the skirt fit? So you can wear this skirt on top a leggings like I'm doing right now, or and with a t-shirt, or you can just wear it by itself. Alright, go back. So see right there? Closer. That's good, see? How that's good? Boom! Sweet. Front? Nice! Loved it! Thanks guys for watching!
Up, down, and then they'll see. There you go.
Thanks guys for watching. Hey, looking forward to see you guys again for our next lecture. We're gonna plan on creating more sewing that's really interesting and 2 times a week. So stop by our channel, Encoded Fashion. Bye!